yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo.
This one not day off in mind.
Yo yo, Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo.
Person where they do even no one make person talk. Them say that Mayegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Mayegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Mayegun don't come. So my people make you laugh.
Oh yo yo, Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo.
And people make you shout.
Oh yo yo.
Hello there.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are joining me from. This is Mayegun live.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ.
This is going to be an open mic program, okay? Which means we are going to start taking calls as early as possible. But before then, I'm going to get you into the program tonight. So you too can participate. Share the broadcast.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Mayegun diary politico.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun
Thank you.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
If you pay attention very well, you will realize that the studio number has changed. You need to begin to type and save that now. Check your screen.
Dòdòdò.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number
Àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í.
Mayegun ti dé.
Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rà kì í.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook,
Mayegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube,
Mayegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọba bá gbé wúrẹ́,
Mayegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í.
So, happy new month. If we can start with that, read the caption of the broadcast, read the description as well. Tell me, especially if you are going to be calling in from Nigeria, tell us as what it is like now that call loose policies are taking effect. Now, although the effect have started from the day they made the announcement, right? But yeah, tell me, how is it?
Àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í.
Mayegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í.
Mayegun ti dé.
Òkúra olóṣèlú.
In the face of austerity,
Àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í.
in the period of sacrifice, the moment they are asking all of you to turn to Kanayo o Kanayo, Kanayo o Kanayo, KOK, sacrifice, salary increment for them, sacrifice. The generals who are unable to keep Nigeria safe, who are unable to save the lives of those who are now, gone because of the terrorism that enveloped Nigeria in the last 8 years, precisely, right? They are going away with even more packages like this. You can still share the broadcast.
Wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń gbà rìbá.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í.
Mayegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
And I also need to say, congratulations to all of you, the Batidiots, the president, of Kolu's country, another country, that is Guinea, is currently in Lagos on private visits, they say. Thank you. Like I said, I am going to put, I'm going to get all of us into the program, okay? And then right there where you are, you can tell if you really want to call in and be part of this, okay? Make it conversationary, okay? However, let's tap on the happenings. Today, the president of Guinea-Bissau visited Kolu. Let it be on record. You've seen the image, right? Well, this was his arrival. At least you all know the Tifnumbu's connection to Guinea-Conakry, Guinea-Bissau. I don't have to say much on that, okay? But here is what Dele Alakori had to say for the visit.
Can we give us a brief so that we tell Nigerians?
Oh, well, as you saw in the pictures and the video, it was just what it was. The president of Guinea-Bissau came to visit the president of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, but it was strictly a private visit. It wasn't anything official at all. It was a private visit, and we had to be on hand to receive him. And our president, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, received him very warmly. And the president of Guinea-Bissau himself exuded some enthusiasm and warmth, which is uncharacteristic, or untypical of what we saw in the past. He was very forthcoming, he was very expressive. He expressed his solidarity with the president of Nigeria and his readiness to cooperate with Nigeria at all times and with our current president. And he commended the laudable and policy initiatives of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the last 1 month. And he said that everybody in the world, in the international community, have been commending his giant strides. So he came to pay his solidarity and to pay courtesy call, as it were, and to bond with him as a brother African head of state in the first instance, and in particular as a brother West African ECOWAS head of state.
What salad? Just all talk, no substance. Now, you are going to be missing Bokuwari, even though in some people's widest dream, that would be impossible. Nobody could be worse than Bokuwari, especially these progressives. Abba, see what they did in Lagos, as if to say we don't know the Lagos. Are you with me? But we'll get to that part. Dele Alakori lies, just like he take his breath. You know what I mean? Lai Muhammad, was a legend. He is a man known as a perfect liar that doesn't blink. He lies so much that he believed his own lies too. According to the record of the legends, they said Layamo seems to be the only individual still alive that will lie if you put 200 microphones in front of Lai Muhammad. Lai Muhammad will lie to each of them, like one after the other, and he will tell 200 lies and give them extra to fight over. That was how, Liar Muhammad came to National Assembly of Nigeria and he said that his own young grandson called him and he said, "Grandpa, why are they calling you Liar Mo?" And he said, he responded to the younger man that, "Don't mind them. It is just politics. People who don't like me are those who call me liars." So for you to really know that he's a legend. But ladies and gentlemen, you are about to meet the legend, the seeker of the legend, the legend of the seeker, the real top one, and that is Dele Alakori. This one lies unprovoked, okay? And his lies are so barefaced, so empty, no substance, and he doesn't give a damn. The world leaders, the world president, they told Guinea-Bissau president that Kolu's stride, giant stride, this and that. In the last 1 month, they marveled. So Nigerians in Nigeria, happy new month though. So you will tell me how this giant stride is lifting your lives giantly, or forward, lifting your life forward giantly. You tell me. And that's one thing I told you about them, okay? I don't know if it is too early to say, are you missing Bokuwari, or you probably still feeling the effects of 8 years of Bokuwari, or the continuation of that, or all of the above. We'll get to that. We saw how Nigeria started degenerate, at least on record, how Nigeria started degenerating into these almost pariah states, countries so divided against itself, people so divided against themselves. We saw the genesis, so it started in 2014. For those who are not too young back then, everything you are seeing today, this politics of hate, politics of ethnic, religion, and the rest of that, they started in 2014. And those who championed that are this APC, Egbekegbe. So in 2014, because of the Boko Haram terrorism, which we found out that they are those who are actually behind it. So that presented Goodluck Egbere Jonathan as a weak president. By so doing, if you loved Nigeria, according to this Olori Burukuso, who later plunged Nigeria into what Nigeria is today, this Olori Burukus believed that if you are against change in Nigeria, you are enemy of Nigeria. Therefore, it became crystal clear that the only people who saw it, in fact, I don't know how it was so deliberate or so, yeah? The people who saw through these criminals were the Igbos in 2014. And it's kind of ironical as well, okay? Because in the past, this same Eastern region, who has played prominent roles in the national politics as the puppeteer, as puppets from the puppeteers, right? However, this Eastern region politically, they have elected almost everybody outside their region. And in most cases, they have rejected the people from their own region. I'll give you an example. Before 2014, 2015, the Eastern region of Nigeria, populated by the Igbos, okay? They wholeheartedly, they rejected, what's that man's name? Ekweme, against Obasanjo. They supported Obasanjo, a Yoruba man. In 2003 or thereabouts, they rejected the war hero, Chukwuemeka Ojukwu, for Obasanjo. In 2007, they rejected Ojukwu for Yaradua, right? in 2010, 2011, right? They also went for Goodluck Egbere Jolantan. Now, in 2014, when this wind of lie, this strange wind of shame that has plunged Nigeria into this state of infamy. Sorry, I know it's something bad, okay? I don't know the full meaning of infamy. Infamy is something we're not good, which is Nigeria right now. Only the Igbos rejected that charade and lie. And like, like as expected, they became the target. And that was the beginning of open politics of ethnic division, open politics of a religious division. So at the time, it was like a Kool-Aid. It was just like all you needed. They told people all you needed is to vote for APC. They did so overwhelmingly well in their propaganda that even the Goodluck Egbere Jolantan, who had all the record of all of the riggings, the manipulation against him, the incumbent, he was overwhelmed that he had to give that power to them. And then you would think they meant everything they said. So you see that division of you hated Nigeria, you wanted you didn't support change. That then transcend or probably became post-election wahala. Bokwari came. He called the Igbos, dot in a circle, that he will wipe off the map. Guess those who supported that. I mean, just like then, right? When the Bokwari was putting policies that were indeed going to harm Nigeria, but these policies were targeted mainly at Igbo business traders. It didn't start today. People were publicly saying, right, the Igbos deserve to be taught a very, very hard lesson. I mean, the Igbos don't know how to play national politics. The Igbos, they need to build bridges. All of this started coming after 2015. They were making policies that were destroying the economy, thinking they were destroying their businesses. At the end of the day, Nigeria was rolling from recession to recession. More Nigerians were plunging into poverty and poverty. And those who stood by the criminals became the victims of what they wished on themselves. So today, Nigeria is so divided that you will think the destruction of the country, the division of the country, the corruption and the looting of the country, and the victimization of those who are Nigerians are enough motivation to bring all of their victims together. The victims I'm talking about, they cut across from north to south, Christians, Muslims, Igbos, Yorubas, Hausas, everybody wallowing in the destruction that these guys have brought. Nothing uniting. It's always aggression. I mean, violence, threats from government, from the supporters of government, from those who are opposition of government. Everybody is like at each other's throats. No thanks to APC, Egbekebe. It got and pushed Nigeria to the point that a lot of people rose up and demanded for an immediate conversation between all the nationalities that make up Nigeria. If indeed, anybody cares about Nigeria and Nigerians at this stage, others are demanding. We need to call for a referendum. Let's even know who really still want to be part of this union. All of this happened because of the failure of the last 8 years. Those who died, some said they are lucky. They won't be here still battling with this mess. Because rather than for these criminals to slow down in all of this, they are not. They are in fact milking it. In 2023 election, it became like war. People who want to serve the country, they want to serve Nigeria. Nigeria is messed up by them. Now, they are not aliens. They are in that country themselves. They did it. They did all that you are seeing right now. So if they have intention of actually like fixing it, systemic reform, genuinely, Okay? It will start with the process of choosing those who go into public offices. I have told you many times, okay? You cannot tell the House to write the rules against itself. When they tell you to go through the normal channel, if you challenge all of this, they say go through the normal channel. If they say that, it is simply because the normal channel they are telling you is the channel they created, they control, they can manipulate, compromise. And that's exactly what happened in 2023 charade election. It was tense, mostly religious, tribal, nothing about the, the real problems facing the people, the economy that is in doldrum, the joblessness of the most active population, the youth in that country. Like, how do we kind of get around this? No, in fact, they built on that division. That was when the APC, Egbekegbe, you know, the jihadists were those who did the first 8 years, okay? And then this time around, it's those who call themselves the progressives. I call them progressives anyway, all right? Tifnumbu and gang. So instead of building anything, or at least doing some process of choosing that leadership, right? Make it clean enough. No, it was so toxic that it became kind of a, confrontational violence. People got killed because they are Igbos or because they are standing against Yoruba Ronus, the xenophobic Yoruba APC. Unfortunately, I'm a Yoruba man, but unfortunately, you see this minute number of misguided, selfish cons, right? We know who they are, and obviously, a lot of Yorubas who actually rejected them too. But what am I saying here? They went too far from what it was in 2014, 2015 to what you now have today. It is actually like a journey of no return for so many. People's lives have been taken. People's livelihood have been destroyed. People's existence have been threatened simply because of where they come from and the political views they have. It became so much that even in Lagos State, they decided to even make laws in order to make sure that non-Yorubas can no longer do any business without the kind of, PT certificate to allow you to do that. Okay? So, I mean, take a listen. Nigeria, as according to this Wiris, Nigeria is one country, one giant big country. Anybody who is trying to divide that will fail in Jesus' name. But that's part one. On the other part, the same set of people are telling other Nigerians, go back to where you come from. We must make laws and stop them from coming to our place. Let them stay in their region. Go and stay in your area. In that same context, so the same country, the same people. Do you understand what that means? Mental problem. And not all those who suffer from the mental problem, this chronic one, right? The Nigeria's mental illness, right? Quite agree, or we agree that they are suffering from it. One Nigeria, what does that mean? It means everybody is one, yeah? Then go back to where you come from because you are challenging Tifnumbu, the progressives, in their region, in this Nigeria. You dare say you want to be president when somebody who is a Yoruba man want to be president. That's an abomination. In this Nigeria, go back to where you come from. And if you're not going to go, we'll make you go. Of course, we'll make you go. So you see these minute selfish criminals who have never really added any value, not to the life of any Yoruba, for real, not apart from themselves. The selected selves, the millions of Yorubas are sharing in today's hardship of Nigeria, loss of income, loss of, livelihood, loss of everything that could probably make them indeed lead a normal life in Yoruba land today. And courtesy of these criminals. Now, of course, they are rent seekers, indeed, but they've taken it too far that the hypocrisy stinks when you now see Igbo governors who are not courageous enough to even condemn all of this. Rather, they went on what you can call party body meeting. They were in Lagos, these guys, because of 2023 elections, that the Igbos are now being kind of punished for. Listen.
We just finished a meeting between myself and His Excellency, the Governor of Imo State, Governor Hope Uzodimma, and Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Kalu, other market leaders of our various markets, Igbo markets in Lagos, and community leaders, and also some state government officials. The meeting had gone up very successfully. We discussed issues around common interest, especially issues bordering on recent demolition around the Alaba market, where there have been a lot of wrong information. There's been all sort of wrong communication that has gone out. Our conversation here this afternoon has cleared the air. We've seen that indeed there is need for us to continue to further collaborate. Where wrongs have been expressed, we've corrected all of the issues and the views, and we've jointly set up a small working committee that will go around and verify and see things for ourselves, and be able to put all of the negative, information and media reviews, put them out correctly. I'm happy with the interactions and engagement with the leaders here this afternoon. We've shared views, we've shared ideas, and we'll continue to say that our government is a government that would reflect equity, fairness at all times. Lagos will continue to remain a peaceful abode for all Nigerians, for all citizens of this country that are doing good businesses. Will continue to make sure that the atmosphere and the environment is conducive for everyone. And what we have seen here this afternoon is a complete reflection of what purposeful cooperative governance should be. And I want to use this opportunity to thank all of you that have come out, and also to thank my brother governor and the Right Honorable Deputy Speaker and all the Igbo leaders that are here. We're happy with ourselves. We see a lot of common unity that this country requires, being played here amongst all of us, right? And
I have listened to the video before, and every now and then it just gets me angry. Okay? Because the question I'm asking is, what exactly did the Igbos do wrong that their governors have to come and beg a Yoruba governor to stop demolishing their markets in the first place? Like, could you please tell me? People who trade in your state, do business there, pay their taxes there, do everything there. If they go foul of your law, you have the chance to kind of arrest and punish them based on your law. They comply and all that. An election happened. Then all of this started happening. Like, why are the Igbo governors meeting a Yoruba governor on behalf of Igbo traders in the state after an election? One Nigeria, isn't that annoying? Wrong information going out, this and that. You are destroying people's livelihood in reaction to you losing an election. Tifnumbu lost election in Lagos. The Igbos are being punished for it. How does that even make any sense? Maybe it's just me. I don't know. But let's go to other things because, like I said, it will be your turn to make all these contributions. Okay, call in out of your charts or listen. Okay, um, talking about whatever Tifnumbu met and all the lies they are telling you. It's been a month, and a lot of them are going to begin to take full shape now. Okay, according to their information, they said that. Your petrol is going to go up to 600 and 700. They turn around and then they denied it. Then they started a propaganda of, some private depot are selling the fuel at 503 naira and all that. All of this confusion are what will eventually put you on the right track and get you ready for the real shege. Okay. I haven't seen anything they offered, all right? Not on their side, not on any side at all, except yours. When they are telling you that you just have to learn how to adjust with it and the rest. I mean, I know what this means, okay? I remember back in the days when I would give my family, Kofu and others, their monthly stipend. At the time, it's called monthly allowance. I remember when it used to be about 30,000 naira every month. You know what I mean? That was when, a bag of rice was, I can't remember anyway. It was that easy. Then it got to 50 grand, to 100 grand. You know what I mean? And I won't tell you what it is right now, but I can tell you that I do remember when it used to be not that much to manage them a month. So same thing happens to a lot of you who are also kind of not in Nigeria, taking responsibility, personal responsibilities that you can attest to as well. But now to those who are actually in Nigeria, whose earnings are not by chance tripling, your earnings or your incomes are not tripling, are they? Like not tripled. So, or here is what it has to be. Because when they say Tifnumbu built Lagos and he built Lagos, this is one of the lies that you have allowed political Oshins, okay? Political vuvuzelas, jobbers, chancers, opportunists to say to your face, even when you live in that same Lagos, okay? They say all this to your face, and a lot of you just chuckle because it feels good to say you are living in Lagos. But in reality, these guys are pure rent seekers. What they do is they cut tickets. You don't know where that money ends. You don't know what happened to that money. Okay? And then if you go around that same Lagos, you start wondering, where does your tax really go? Into providing water? Lagos has no public drinking or drinkable water. To provide motorable and safe roads? Lagos, over 75% of Lagos roads, right, are completely dilapidated. No joke. I'm not joking. If you are living in Lagos, you know this very well. If, okay, maybe your taxes goes into clean environments, right? Waste collection. Lagos is one of the most dirtiest city in the world. The most dirtiest. I don't know if that's quite the right word, okay? But the dirtiest, one of the most dirtiest. All right? So maybe it goes into providing micro loans for traders, businessmen, and all that. No, you are on your own. Lagos is the richest state in Nigeria by tax. Not because Lagos is producing anything as a government or what have you. Lagos is the richest because Lagos lives on tax. Now, living on tax means people make the money, they just take from them. I live in the UK, okay? From my own income, they take what is called income tax. When I was working for Sky, right, they take the same airline tax, which I believe goes into all these infrastructures that I kind of enjoy, still pay for. Do you get that? So in Nigeria, they will take your tax, okay? Water, they won't provide. Electricity, they won't provide. Good medical facilities, they won't provide. Good schools for your children, they won't provide. Nothing is really provided. If they ever provide anything, they are substandard. And they will spend money that will actually produce or kind of give that same infrastructure times 3 of it. They will use that to provide a substandard one. I pay tax in the UK. I don't pay for medical bills in the UK. I don't pay for medical supplies in the UK. My family doesn't pay for any. My children doesn't pay for school fees. They don't pay for medical bills. Nothing. And the kind of education they have access to is the standard that you can see anywhere in the world without costing me a dime because I pay my tax. Right? So if I have any issue, any health emergency right now, I don't have to worry about my savings or anything because all I have to do is to call the ambulance or anything that's going to care for me without me having to say, where would I see the money? That's what my tax does for me. Not in Nigeria. Okay? Now, these guys have these different kind of taxes or taxation. And most of this money ends up in private pockets. They still ended up being the most indebted state in Nigeria right now. Yes. And they are very good at it. Okay? They have this project after project. In Lagos State, where no other political association has actually ruled in the last 24 years, from one to another, you will see 14 years, 18 years, 20 years uncompleted projects in that same Lagos State. So now, the person they told you built Lagos, from the money that comes from other regions as well, the man is about to build Nigeria, and taxation is forte. This is a guy who is used to just taking and collecting and taking his own share. So if you really want to control the monetary circulation and all that, then you need to begin to put policies together that actually scrape everything they can scrape from you. Now, all of these are, like they say, sacrifice, because Nigeria is in a bad place. I use this guy from Zambia when he was talking to his fellow politicians after the controversial election that he defeated the establishment. You remember his face, right? Akinde, I think Akinde or Akinde.
Meters stand, 5,000 liter solar system, every market, anywhere in the country. Because the solar works everywhere. Where there's power, you put power. And you tell me that you are the city fathers and mothers, but there's no toilet at the market. If all you need is to put that ball plus a soakaway septic tank, what does that cost? All of that under 50,000 kwacha. Why are you using money to buy a VX for the mayor? That VX for the mayor can put toilets in all the markets in your constituents. Think along those lines. The mayor can still drive a nice car, but it doesn't have to be a VX. If you want to drive a VX, buy your own. Buy your own. Why do you want to pretend? You know that you cannot afford a VX. Why do you want to pretend? Because you are using taxpayers' money. Now you should pretend. But a decent Hilux double cab aircon, it's a fantastic vehicle. Why you want a VX? Why you want a car costing $200,000? When that $200,000 you can put toilets in all the markets in that constituency. Town clerk wants a VX, mayor wants a VX, deputy mayor wants a VX. Whose money are you using? In that state house, I have not bought any new car. I refused. After the 16th of August last year, the system came to me and said, Mr. President, can you sign here? Before the 24th, I'm not sworn in. I said, ni sign every paper, I'm not yet sworn in here. Sign here. $1.8 million. That near Chandalama.
That was him about 2 years ago. Okay. Zambia is a small country. You cannot compare them with Nigeria, but at least with good leadership, right, they have a shot or a chance at a better future, you will say. Not in Nigeria, where plunderers, criminals, and who actually enjoys the entitlement of being called, leaders, failed people, all right, are always rewarded in Nigeria. So yeah, the service chiefs and all of them, they are receiving what they call the retirement windfall. They are going to get 4 SUVs, bulletproof SUVs each, 20 domestic aides, 36 soldiers guiding them, right? They are also going to have a lifetime, what they call the foreign and then local medical treatments, okay, for them and their families for life. They'll get cars, they'll get orderlies, they'll get drivers, they'll get, it's like a windfall in a country that is So what I'm going to do is that let's get started. Like I said, the number has changed. If you check your screen, we no longer have that 79 60 63 10 10. Okay, the new one, I'll call them out. If you want to call in, make sure it is a WhatsApp call. Okay, the line is open now, and it is +4477 069 22321. Okay, I've seen some people trying to call in earlier. I'm going to put it on. Yeah. So it is an open mic tonight. It may not have a lot of us on, okay, but it is going to. Now, in fact, I'm actually trying to do 2 things at the same time. Okay, you see this new studio number. It will be the first time we are trying it, right? Which is good. And then the other thing is that hang on. Let's see if hang on. Can you hear me? Okay, but it is going to. Hello there.
Yeah, hello, my Baba.
Hey, Babo. How are you, sir?
I'm greeting you from Sweden.
Amazing. So I have a caller. My first caller tonight is from Sweden. So, Baba.
Baba, I deal with you very well, Baba. You are the most talented of the generation.
Sorry.
At the moment. God bless you, my brother.
Thank you, Baba. Thank you.
Yeah. Just you would not say much other than it is always good we have someone like you to always keep. There's something known as Oroishiti in Yoruba language. I'm a Yoruba person as well, but we just understand the fact that the way the country is, we still need people like you to keep up with this way of giving Oroishiti, because no matter how things are, we must always have Judas in all the family. So in Nigeria, those are the Judas and the devils we have. So and we must continue to talk regarding all.
There was this time, sir. Yeah, I think it was earlier today, and then
yes,
we were having me and Agbeke, we were having a chat, and she was like, "But why can't these people just do the right thing? Like, why? I mean, they too will enjoy it, won't they? Like, why can't they just look at all of this? Like, why are they so intentional, destroying people and not caring?" Like, I was like, well, you have no idea. It goes both ways. There are people backing them, enabling them.
Exactly. That is the reason that they always say that when you get into politics, and it's not like when you get into politics, at least we live in other people's countries, we see how politics work here.
Mhm.
So in Nigeria, politics is deeper than we even can see with ordinary eyes. They don't care what happens. They just want to hold everybody by the jugular by all means, and they're not ready to leave the power, you know. And the painful aspect is the people being oppressed, they are seeing this. At the same time, I don't know, they still keep up with the venom of supporting these people. We are tired, but with you and the way you coordinate this program, I mean, we get hope every time,
Thank you, Baba.
and God will continue to bless you, my brother.
Amen. You
You
too.
will not stumble. Your family will go far. Your children will be beneficial to you and the society.
Amen.
God will bless.
Thank you, sir.
God will
I
bless.
appreciate this. Yeah, that's our first caller tonight, and then I have another person on the line. It seems to be working. Seems to be working fine. So if you are listening at home, tell me, how does this sound on your own device? Hello there.
Yeah. Hello, my young general.
Baba.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear, I believe.
Okay. This is Shirley speaking. This is my first time of calling you. So I've been watching you since you started. I remember, I think it used to be dark background outside. That was a guy that always, you and he always talk together.
Right.
So I've been watching you for a long time, right from right from the moment you started.
That was a while ago.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you. And you are still here.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. All right. I just want to contribute to it that it's very sad. I was listening to you yesterday. You were talking about those three guys, the four contestants, and how people were just kicking against.
Baba, I keep wondering. That's why I had to say, I couldn't even express this the way I wanted to, yesterday, right? Because my own thing was that if we look at it critically, it's pretty much like Peter Obi is a villain to these guys because it's not corrupt enough. That's what I see. Okay, not that he's a saint, but it's like he's not corrupt. He should have been like them so that they can put everybody in the same place. And I think that's his only offense. But again,
yes. Correct. It's very sad that people can just think and reason that this is the right person to do the job. Mm-hmm. We don't want to continue as a status quo, but they don't want to change. I can just understand that. But there's one thing that we can't just we can't just say all of them are the same thing, because not everybody voted for. Actually, more people voted for Obi if Mahmoud will do the right thing. If he can do the right thing. We know that. I hope people will. Let's continue fighting, and one day, something will happen. Something good will happen.
And keep pushing. Something will move eventually. I agree.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Bye.
Well, thank you very much for that. I have another caller. Yeah. Hello there.
Hello, Michael.
Baba.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Can you?
Yes, I can. Very, very loud. In fact, this one looks better than the other one.
Are you serious? I used a different connection. I got a different line, and it cost me just £1, by the way.
You see, when they say something is crisp and clear.
Yeah, tell me about it.
That is exactly how I am. You sound like you're in the next room to me in my house.
Bless you. I like that. Then we are getting better. The other day, people have noticed that our video doesn't, flick anymore. It doesn't blink anymore. Have you noticed that? Right?
Yeah, well, I have, but I've just been, because during the weekday,
right?
I'm usually very unable to connect. By the time I get home, I live in North America. I live in Canada. I live in Calgary. By the time I get home, you guys are done. So my best time to watch you is Saturdays and Sundays. That's why you take note.
That's when you always have the chance of joining us live, right? But we've
exactly.
been one thing happened, right? In the last 1 week, it was maniac. It's either this screen is freezing, or it's either, it was mental. But somehow I came back better. And
that's fine. You know, that actually even shows you're growing, because you know, there are tipping points in when you start anything. You know, it's not nothing will be perfect. So you've started, you've established the tipping points, you've taken note of those tipping points, and you've identified to say to yourself, what are those things I need to do to improve my network and my offering? And basically that's what you've done now. So
I think I might have kind of broken the code that we would never experience that anymore, and then the stability should.
Well, I'm not going to. I'm not going to tell you that you won't face challenges again, but at least you go beautiful. That's the mindset. That is the mindset. That is the mindset that, you know, if it happens, then you know what to do. Unfortunately, our dear Nigeria does not take examples like this. We don't sit down to ask ourselves, what is wrong with our union? Nigeria is a union. You see, Americans would say working towards a more perfect union. It's a slogan in America. Working towards a more perfect union. Yes. So every day they look at it. I mean, yes, depending on the divide, their country is a polarized nation in terms of the Republicans and Democrats. But no matter the side you belong to,
America,
there's always that.
So there's something that says we know our place in the union, and once our place is not threatened in the union, to the point of saying we don't want to be part of it anymore, anybody who is threatening our own place in the union is actually threatening that union. And Nigerians don't have that same mentality, unfortunately. Like, this Nigeria is a union.
That is the point.
Please.
That is the point. That is the point. So, you know, coming to the those APC political operatives from the southeast, I'm going to call them APC political operatives. Those are Dima and Carlo. Carlo incidentally is the one who's supposed to be representing me at the federal level. He's my member of the House of Reps. In all fairness to him, he's not very controversial. But let me just say that Uzodinma and all those people, what you saw them going to do was pay allegiance to Kalu, to Tinubu. They went to pay, what they're trying to show is, Oga, we are loyal.
On your
so
side.
All those things you see them saying, that is what they went to do. That is what they went to do. You know, it is not there. I don't think they're really there for the people. They are there to further their own political relationship, to make sure that, you know, they get into the good books of the man who is in office right now. So that exactly, that is what they're trying to do. So, well, let's watch and see how far they go. You've already said all you need to say. What exactly is the scene of a people? This is a democracy, right?
Yeah.
People are entitled to vote for who they choose to vote for.
Do you get?
In 2016, the Democrats got more votes from the blacks and other people.
Yes.
But even though Trump was a crazy president, everybody, all the economic policies and programs he put forward benefited everybody.
It affected everyone.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
When there was prosperity, there was prosperity for both the blacks, both the Latinos, both everybody. And that's why you see him, he started using it as a campaign for 2020. He started saying, black people, your businesses did well under me. So, okay, you didn't vote for me the last time. Now, do you want to consider it? And that is the way anybody who is a politician that is running for office should be looking at it. If there is a demography, if it's a female demography or an ethnic demography or tribal demography or religious demography that didn't support you, why don't you do things, get the statistics to show that, oh, guys, even though you didn't vote for me, can you check that between when you didn't vote for me and now, can you see how your lives have improved?
Can you see what I have done enough to
exactly
warrant your vote enough? Not by intimidating, harassing, and telling them to go back to, you will teach them a lesson. In that same one Nigeria, how did it go with Buhari? Buhari tried it for 8 years. How did that end?
But you see, his business, his government was matched in all manner of rubbish. Where is he today? The same Buhari, that said he didn't have a house anywhere except in Daura. Whose house is he sleeping in London?
He's in London with us now. He's in London. He's relocated. He said he ran away because of the pressure of the people.
Okay, so whose house? The question is, whose house is he sleeping in London?
Because he's no homeless.
Because he cannot be sleeping in. Okay, so he's there to enjoy electricity, enjoy good roads. I saw somebody manage to get a photo of him walking on the streets of London. I saw the photo. Yes. He was walking freely.
Just like me and you walk on the street of Calgary.
Thank you. The other time I saw the former Prime Minister of Canada David, what's his name? The guy who was dead, Prime Minister before Trudeau. I saw him. He was driving with his wife. I saw him on his there's not one security. There's nothing like security for former premier. No. He was on his own. So anyway, I hope these guys are seeing it. And then back to this economic situation of gas and inflation. It's funny. I asked somebody a question today. I said, which industry did Tinubu create or introduce when he was governor of Lagos for 8 years? Which industry? There was none. What Tinubu simply did was initiate a tax-grabbing process.
That's right.
Put together Alpha Beta and was collecting money. Now, unfortunately, he didn't collect the money and use it for the benefit of the people.
No.
He used it for himself and his cronies and his political family. That's what they're doing.
Yes.
But you see, anybody can do, even you, my dear brother, in your family now, if things are hard, you can simply cut costs here, cut costs there, or look for what you're going to go and sell and make money. Anybody can do that. But how you know a good leader is the opportunities you create that create more new wealth for the nation, and at the same time, create opportunities for the less privileged in terms of social safety net.
Examples are bound, Baba. See, I said it. I'm not an economist, okay? But I know that if a country puts a package together and say, this manufacturing industry, we are going to give you 500 billion. Now, you're going to take this money. This money will help you in expanding and everything. We want you to get people employed, all right? So, this industry, we're going to give you this. Micro and macro industry, like those who make small business and all that, okay, interest-free. Go and access this. Now, somebody who is making cake, right, who have access to funding, will be able to probably get a better place, hire other people, and then produce more, make more money, pay tax, all of the people working for them, pay more taxes. At the end of the day, the government will actually be like reaping endlessly. But when you carry your money and you give it to politicians and say, they want to distribute to the poor people. I mean, I don't get this.
My dear brother. So he's not doing anything that is special. He hasn't designed any new industry. He's not attracting anything new. All he just simply did in the space of 1 month, you increase taxes for people and you want to stifle the lives of people. And some nutheads are somewhere clapping and telling us that the guy is on fire. Which fire is he on?
What is the creativity? What is the lies? Unfortunately.
Well, and then it brings me to my last point. You see, Nigerians, it seems to me that everybody is waiting for their time. You see that national cake. The whole thing is let him turn by turn Nigeria PLC. People are just waiting for when they will grab their own, get a slice of their own. And that is the mindset of all those men you see. That is why somebody will go to office. We're talking about, you're asking Nigerians to tighten their belt. And you're riding in a convoy of how many vehicles? Somebody is appointing 32 plus special advisors as Speaker of the House of Representatives. A governor is employing, just bloating the system of government, running a huge government system, rather than shrinking things and taking the extra funds to begin to look for how you can use to take care of Nigerians. Mr. Tinubu has not done anything special.
It's even worse, sir. When they have no money, because they don't produce anything, they just take. When they have nowhere to take from, right? They start printing money, which is even worse.
That's all. That's all. Don't worry. In the coming days, you're going to see some of the more crazy. What he has just done now, they just started.
No, this is day one now.
They just started.
See all this announcement.